Okay, I'm back. Husband and I needed to discuss something with the dog. So these are pretty big lamb chops. But tonight what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cook them less time than I normally do. And this just because lamb should be served rare and not well done. I'm looking. There's 2, 4, 6, 7. This is a package of 7, so there's going to be 1 lamb chop left over. And I'm going to slide you guys down for a second and show you what I'm doing, the famous thing. I have these on a paper towel because I'm going to turn one. They're very bloody from when they and you can tell by the shininess. You just want to take that off of your meat. And this goes for both pork, steak, chicken, and lamb. You just want to pat them dry. Otherwise, what'll happen is when you season it, it'll just stay on top and not penetrate the meat. And these are pretty good lamb chops. If you have ever wondered where I shop for my lamb chops, I've been having really good luck with Costco lately. And Costco's lamb chops are actually pretty good. They're still a little bit on the pricey side, but I'm finding at $6.99 a pound, that's a very good price compared to what my butcher sells for them, which is $24.99 a pound. So I'm going to lift you guys up. I'm going to take you guys with me for 1 second as I rinse my hands. Actually, I'm going to give my hands a quick little wash. Now, one thing that I am going to use is olive oil. And extra virgin olive oil is considered a healthy fat. And since my husband doesn't need to watch so much his fat intake as he does his potassium, olive oil is actually pretty good for him. But like I said, we're not going to do these. I'm going to put you guys back down so you can see what I'm doing. We're not going to drown the lamb chops in olive oil. We're just going to put a little drop on each lamb chop. And you just want to kind of rub the oil on the top. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our Lawry's garlic salt. And garlic goes really well with lamb. And I'm going to move this over so you guys can see this. I'm just going to sprinkle the top of it. Now, if you're using a garlic salt, you do not need to add more salt to this because garlic salt will have your salt in it. And this is just going to give the lamb chops a really good garlic flavor. Matter of fact, a lot of times when you do a leg of lamb or a rack of lamb, you'll do it with garlic and rosemary. And that's basically what we're doing, only I'm not doing the rosemary with it. Now, you'll notice that I did not use the seasoned salt, and that's because I'm not using the seasoned salt on both sides. I'm using the garlic salt on both sides. I'm just going to put a little bit of seasoned salt on one side, and that's just so that the lamb chops don't excuse me, that the lamb chops don't absorb too much salt. So I'm going to do the same thing that we did with the other side. And remember, this is not a rub. So the meat's not going to look exactly the same. And then I'm going to lightly sprinkle these with the Lawry seasoned salt. And you can use these. These are great on lamb chops, chicken, steak. Especially the garlic salt on the steak is good. A lot of times when I do the rubs, it already has those spices in it. It already has the garlic and the sugar. I did look at the list of my rubs, and some of my rubs do have brown sugar added to them, so we're going to take a little bit of a break from that. So now that that's done, I'm going to show you guys what they look like. And they just look like this. So if you've compared that to when I've done the steak videos, they do look different. I'm going to slide them into the microwave. We're not going to turn the microwave on because we're not cooking them in the microwave. But now what we're going to do is we're going to get our grill prepped. I'm just putting the lids back on. Seasoned salts. I'm going to put my olive oil back where it was because we don't need that anymore. And let's go get the grill started. Now for this recipe, you're going to want your grill not as hot as possible, but you want to get it pretty warm. You want to get it to about 450 to 500 degrees. And try not to go over 500 degrees with your grills, because if you get it too hot, what happens is the outer lamb chops will burn and the inside will stay raw. And you don't want that, because by the time you get it to the way that it should be, your lamb chops are going to take on a more tough taste. So we're outside. I'm going to set you guys down for a second. We're going to be using the Mini Max tonight because this is the only thing I'm putting on the grill. And a lot of times when I do smaller meals like this or more healthy and I'm not using a vegetable, I'm going to put you guys up so you guys can actually see me, it's easier to use the mini. I don't have to wait for a large grill surface to heat up. Now, most of you guys have seen this big guy before me. He no longer works. And that's one thing that my husband and I at some point will have to discuss on whether or not we want to add a gas grill to the mix or if we're happy with the eggs that we have. And I think I know the answer without even talking to him is the eggs are what we use the most and we're used to them. More so me. I do more of the barbecue than my husband does. I need to clean the grate for a second, so I'm just going to grab my grate cleaner. And this is a great thing to have. Most grills, they will have you get a metal wire bristle, and that's a horrible thing to have on your grill, because a lot of times what happens is the steel from the wire brush will actually embed itself into the grate and will transfer to your food. I've seen a lot of posts where people have cut open their mouths because they've bit into steel. So this is wood, and you can use it multiple times. As a matter of fact, you can see how dirty it is. And you just basically just ship off any residue that's on your grate, and it cleans it out, and you're not transferring any metal or risking putting any metal into your mouth. They are a little bit pricey. I've had this one for quite a while. I think they were $40 when I bought it a long time ago, but it is a great addition to have with your grill. So I've taken care of that. Everybody knows how to light a grill, I'm hoping. So I'm not going to actually do that on camera. What I am going to do is I'm looking at my charcoal. I need to add more charcoal to this. So I'm going to step out for a second and grab the charcoal. A lot of people have a debate on what is a good charcoal. Well, for me, I love Jealous Devil is my go-to charcoal that I use predominantly for the egg. I do use some other brands, but this one has really nice, thick, big wood chunks, and I try to take those out, like these great big ones, because they're better for my large egg than they are for the mini Max. I try to use the smaller charcoal. And sometimes you just get bags that have a lot of big charcoal, which is great. This is one reason why this is my go-to charcoal, because I know what I'm getting. Leave that one out. I'm trying to look for some smaller ones, and they're in here. These are a nice size for the mini versus these great big guys. But the big guys are nice because they'll keep the egg going. I'm just gonna go ahead and light my grill and get the charcoal laid in here and get it going. You don't need a lot of charcoal for the egg. Speaking of which, I should put these big guys back in the bag. So my grill is going. I'm going to stop the video. It's 11 minutes. I'll see you on the inside.